Shakespeare wrote many plays for the Renaissance stage. His heroes were either Jewish, Italian, Scottish, Greek, Turk, or Arabs and Moors. 5 of his plays articulated Arab landscape, themes, and characters, namely Othello, Antony and Cleopatra, The Merchant of Venice, Titus Andronicus, and The Tempest. What is the secret behind Shakespeare's interest in Moor culture? Did he have any connections with Moroccans? Did he visit the Moor cities of Marrakesh and Agadir? It all started when Sultan Ahmed al-Mansur Dehbi decided in March 1588 to issue a royal decree in favor of English merchants in order to facilitate their commercial activities and to diminish competition from Moroccan Jews within the key sugar trade. One of the reasons of this move is England's victory over the Spanish Armada in August 1588, which encouraged Sultan to send his royal ambassadors, envoys and military officials to forge a strong strategic alliance with the Anglican Elizabethan England. But wait a minute, where is William Shakespeare in all of that? Well, Queen Elizabeth I was the patron of William Shakespeare, and he was the Queen's favourite playwright, with his acting company, the Lord Chamberlain's Man, performing her preferred tragedies, comedies and histories in the Globe Theatre. He witnessed the visit of Moroccan ambassadors in procession in London's street to the palace, which certainly gave him a lot of inspiration. He was certainly in the streets with the English people when a Moor League of Friendship on a torch light cavalcade pageant led by the Moroccan Admiral Marzouk Reis was touring the streets of London in 1589. His Moor play Othello was being written along the visit of Abdul-Wahid bin Masoud's delegation to London to build an alliance against Spain around 1600. His 2 other Moor plays, Titus Andronicus and The Merchant of Venice, were replayed on stage along Ambassador Ahmed bin Adil's visit, leading a retinue of some 32 persons to resume negotiations with the Queen. The entire Moroccan import and export trade had been monopolized by Morisco Jews, and their services were indispensable for running the sugar farms and the hiring of camels for the transport of goods. The political and social circumstances brought these Jews and the Barbary company merchants together as neighbors and partners in the Millah, the Juderia, the Fandika of Marrakesh, the Christian borough, or the Playa of Agadir, where some English merchant, among them Gerard and Thomas Gore, Shakespeare's friends, owned houses. James and John Davenant, the Gores' in-laws, were also merchants in Morocco, of whom John was a theatre enthusiast. There are good reasons for believing that it was the experience of the Gores as Barbary merchants and their involvement in the bankruptcy of Isaac Cabetha that awakened Shakespeare's interest in Jews through his drama plays. Jewish sugar barons Isaac and his brother Abraham Cabetha were protégés of Muhammad al-Sheikh, working for the Saudis as interpreters, translators, intelligences, merchants and bankers. In 1568, Isaac Kabetha was imprisoned by the new Sultan Abdullah al-Ghalib for a debt of 50,000 ounces of silver, that is 6,250 pounds, which the Sultan claimed as the annual rent for 3 sugar farms. English merchants and the brothers Gerard and Thomas Gore had been selling English cloth to Isaac Kabetha, who owed them about 1,000 pounds. His imprisonment, however, made it difficult for the English partnership to recover his debt, for the Sultan Abdullah al-Ghalib forbade the sale of Kabetha's sugar production as long as the Jewish sugar magnate was in prison for failing to pay his debt. The Bond story involving Isaac Kabetha, Abdullah al-Ghalib, and the partnership of English Barbary merchants greatly inspired Shakespeare's drama of the Bond story of Shylock and Antonio in The Merchant of Venice. On the decision of the English merchants to help pay the Jews' debt, Kabetha agreed to bound himself to supply the English partnership with sugar to the value of 16,000 pounds in 1569 in exchange for his debt to the Saudi Sultan Abdullah al-Ghalib. The agreement ruled that Sir William Garrard was to pay 1/5 of the debt Isaac Kabetha owed the Sultan, Edward Jackman and Francis Boyer 2/5, and Shakespeare's friends Gerard and Thomas Gore the remaining 2/5. Overall, Shakespeare was involved indirectly through his theatre play in such stories coming from Morocco, which explains his interest in Moroccan culture in general.